Hello everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the BISP Solutions. So we'll see the topic which was left yesterday, as our instance got removed, so I didn't finish that off. So we were seeing the salary and headcount business rule. Coming back to the application, I'll quickly revise that. So this is my smart view. What we were trying to calculate is, we have created the members and the account dimension, and I have already created the rule. So what we were trying to calculate is, we were trying to calculate the employee expense. So we had headcount member created, then we have average salaries member created. With the help of that, we'll calculate the total salary, and then we had employee benefit percentage. With the help of employee benefit percentage, we'll be calculating miscellaneous employee expense, and then when we add this total salary and miscellaneous employee expense, so that is nothing but a total employee expense, which is what we are going to calculate. Although we have seen in yesterday's session that we have written the rule for this employee expense, total employee expense, we have written the rule first to calculate for the calculation of this total salary, that is whatever is the head count into your average salary, you'll get the total salary. And when you apply the miscellaneous employee expense percent, when you apply the employee benefit that you are getting on this salary amount, you will get the miscellaneous employee expense, and in net total you will get a total employee expense. So suppose I was saying, like, head count, suppose it's 20 or it is 30, any you can take an average salary of, suppose some department it is 25,000 and here it is 30,000. Here you can say average salary, it is 2,50,000 and 3 lakh. So what will be the total salary? So average salary into your head count, this you will get in your total salary for the different departments, or if you are calculating just for one department, you will likewise get it. And here suppose it is 15%, and here it is 20% employee benefit. So you will get miscellaneous employee expense as this into 0.15 and this into 0.2. You will get these amount, and the total employee expense is nothing but your total salary plus your miscellaneous, the sum of these two. So this is your total employee expense that you incur for your employee. Now this is what we are going to calculate with the help of the business rule. Okay, so this is what we have written. that we were trying to fix are some of the dimensions. Okay, even before that, I would like to show you the members that are created on the account dimension. Under total assets, under current assets, I've randomly created here as total employee expenses, and these are the members, that is employee benefit percentage, employee expense, miscellaneous employee expenses, average salary, and the total salary. And the headcount member is already being created, that is a driver. Here you can see headcount, it is your full-time headcount, part-time headcount, that has preceded members here under FCCS. So I'll use this FT headcount, and I'll use these all members that are created, like this average salary into your FT headcount will give you the total salary amount. And on this, when we'll apply the employee benefit percentage, we'll get the miscellaneous employee expense. So total salary and the miscellaneous employee expense, the sum of these two will give you the total employee expenses. So that's what we have written. What is the rule written for the same? It is fix your movement. I have used the member for the movement as no movement. For product, I have used as no product. View, I have used as periodic. And data source, I have used as FCCS data input. Now the first that I have written, it is total salary, which we are going to calculate. If we see our sheet, this we want to calculate. So total salary is equals to headcount into average salary. Coming back to the calculation rule, total salary is equals to headcount into average salary. And then miscellaneous employee expense is equals to your employee benefit percentage into your total salary. Total salary into employee benefit percentage, which should be equals to your miscellaneous employee expense. I'm talking about the second line that I have written. And the third final is we want to calculate the total employee expense, which is the sum total of this total salary and miscellaneous employee expense. And at the end, I have used as end fix. So I have just fixed these four dimensions. After writing this rule, first we'll validate it. Okay, so this was the rule that we just saw, and if we try to validate this rule first, so it is successful. Then you have to validate and deploy it. And then launch it. So when you launch it, you have to define the runtime prompt values for the remaining dimensions, that is your consolidation member. So I'll use entity input for my consolidation dimension. Under entity total, you have FCCS entity input. Then you have under currency, you can use the entity currency. For entity, you can pick LE101. This is my member. I am using period as Jan. Scenario I'll be using as actual. Okay, so scenario we'll be using as actual. Years I'll be using as FY21. So launch is done with no errors. Yeah, one thing while you can save your runtime prompt errors. Now we'll go back to our smart view. Here I've set the smart view as your dimensions are the similar dimensions that I have used there while writing the rule. So scenario is actual, year is FY21, period is Jan, view as periodic, currency I have used as entity currency, movement as no movement, data source as data input, consolidation as entity input, intercompany member as no intercompany, multi-gap as local gap, product as no product, year is FY21, period is Jan, and this is my entity and these are my account members. So I'll load the data first. Suppose my average salary is 3 lakh and my head count is 25. Alright. So when you click on submit, first thing is that it should calculate the total salary and your employee benefit percentage is 0.15 that we have given 15%. Submit this. Okay, so we'll go back and launch it again so that it works correctly. So when you go to launch, define the member values again. Consolidation I'll use as Entity input. Currency as entity currency. I have used this entity. That is C underscore 101. Period is Jan. Scenario is actual. And year is FY21. Now you can see the numbers we are getting it. So this is, if we try to calculate it, whether we are getting it correct or not. So full-time headcount into your average salary is this much. So this should be your total salary, which is nothing but this much only, 75 lakhs. On that we are applying employee benefit of 0.15. So on 75 lakh, 15% is nothing but your employee miscellaneous employee expense of 11 lakh 25,000, and total employee expense should be the sum of these two. It is your 75 lakh and 11 lakh 25,000. Okay, we haven't selected that number, so I'll add that as well. So total employee expense, this is your entity, and when you try to refresh it, you should get this number. Okay, you can see this is the ultimate number that we want to calculate, for which we have written the business rule, and this is what we are getting. So in this way you can write the business rule and get your calculations done. So this is salary and headcount calculation, and with the help of that we have calculated what is the total employee expense of an organization that it is incurring for the employees. Okay. Now if we'll go back, this was our one business rule. Now we have the other one that we need to cover. Okay, so our application is not working, it is being removed right now, and to migrate it will take 15-20 minutes. So, okay, then we'll resume with our next business rule on Monday. Thank you all for your time. And if you have any doubts, please contact BISP Solutions. Thank you.